All right, question number 1. Rule test 5, 6, and 7. Team A, 4th and 2. The nose of the ball is touching the B20. The quarterback throws a pass towards an eligible receiver that is incomplete at the B15. So the question is, where's the ball placed when we have a change of possession? Do we move the nose of the ball back to the previous, in other words, to the B20, or do we basically switch the down markers so that we move it up 11 inches, the length 11 and a half inches actually, the length of the ball, and start there? The rule says that this is Rule 5, Section 3, Article 3. A 4th down incomplete pass, incomplete forward pass, the ball is placed at the previous spot, so the rear point becomes the foremost point. So that means you're gaining 11 and a half inches when we respot the ball. So the answer to this question is B. For you first-year officials, if the referee places the ball on the 20, while that might be technically incorrect, don't be a rules meister. Just go with it and put the chains on the 20 and play on. Question number 2. Team A, 3rd and 9 on the A40. An A-team substitute enters the field and stops outside the numbers on his team's side of the field. Before the snap, he goes in motion and is behind the quarterback at the snap. So you'll remember from our previous Rule 1, 3, and 4 discussion that the numbers are the 9-yard marks. And so this is a question regarding the requirement that on 721, after the ball is marked ready for play, each player of A who participated in a previous down and each substitute for A must have been momentarily between the 9-yard marks before the snap. So in this case, he starts out outside the 9-yard marks. Where if he had stayed there, then we would have an illegal formation, which would be answer C. But because he goes in motion and at the snap he is behind the quarterback, this is legal. Question number 3. Team A, 3rd and 4 on the B6. So now, they're 6 yards away from scoring. An offensive player receives a handoff at the B8, runs to the B2 where he fumbles. The ball rolls into B's end zone and then out of bounds. Is it A, 4th and goal at the B2 where he fumbled? Is this a safety or is it a touchback? So the rule references 7-4-4. If we look at 744, if a fumble or backward pass is out of bounds behind a goal line, the ball belongs to the team defending that goal, and the result is either a touchback or a safety. So I know that's a little bit confusing as far as what the right answer is, but if we think about it and we go back to our previous discussion regarding force, responsibility for forcing the ball from the field of play across a goal line is attributed to the player who carries, snaps, passes, fumbles, or kicks the ball unless a new force is applied to either a backward pass, kick, or fumble that has been grounded. So there was no new force here. Basically we have A responsible for the ball going out of bounds in B's end zone. So that's a touchback. For B, it would be B 1st and 20 on the B20 yard line. Team A, 4th and goal on the B8. The quarterback's pass is complete to an eligible receiver in B's end zone. During the play, the receiver pushed off the free safety to give the receiver room to make the catch. The rules references 7-5-10 and 343D. Now, there's several components here. Not to mince words, but basically we have a pass interference by the offense. 7-5-10, it is forward pass interference if any player of A or B who is beyond the neutral zone interferes with an eligible opponent's opportunity to move forward toward, catch, or bat the pass. So this push-off constitutes offensive pass interference. The penalty for offensive pass interference is a 15-yard penalty, replay the down. Now, that used to be a loss of down. It's one of the reasons that this question's here. They want to make sure that all the officials know that it's no longer a loss of down. And then the question is, what's the clock status? So we're going to replay the down. It'll be 4th down. We'll mark the penalty from the B8. This is a loose ball play, so the basic spot is the previous spot. So we're going to go from the 8, 15 yards, that put it on the 23. And now the question is it C or D? Does the clock start on the ready or on the snap? And 3-4-3D says the clock still shall start with the snap when the ball becomes dead behind the goal line. So we have a touchdown catch. The ball's dead once the catch is completed. But with the penalty, of course, we don't have a score, but the clock will start on the snap. So the correct answer is D. Question 5. Team A, 2nd and 10 at the A40. The quarterback drops back to the A30 and throws a pass that is caught by the tailback, an eligible receiver at the A33. The tailback throws a forward pass downfield. At the B23, a cornerback interferes with another eligible receiver, preventing a catch. So what do we have here? We have 2 forward passes, and there are rules against 2 forward passes. So that second pass is an illegal pass. Had the first pass been a backward pass, then the second pass, the forward pass, would have been legal. But we have 2 forward passes here, so that second pass is illegal. So the question is, can you have pass interference on an illegal pass? And that question is answered by Rule 757. Now, 757, it's only 5 lines here, but this is a big rule. There's a lot here. So, pass interference restrictions only apply beyond the neutral zone. So that's the first key point. Not for the purposes of this question, but for the purposes of this rule. So, pass interference restrictions only apply beyond the neutral zone. So if we have a pass behind the neutral zone, in other words, behind the line of scrimmage, there are no restrictions for pass interference. You cannot have pass interference behind the line of scrimmage. That's point A. That doesn't have anything to do with this question, but remember that. And only if the legal forward pass, okay, so it has to be a legal forward pass. So in this case, it's illegal, so we don't have pass interference restrictions. Untouched by B, in or behind the neutral zone. So this means that if B touches the ball, and we've seen this in football games, if B touches the ball, the pass, while it's in flight, then pass interference restrictions are off, and the defense can interfere legally. All right. Pass interference restrictions are in effect for all A and B players until the ball is touched or the pass is incomplete. So back to the question. So we know that we can't have a pass interference call on an illegal forward pass. So the answer is C. The only foul on the play is an illegal forward pass by the tailback. Question 6. Team A, 1st and 10 at the A44. The quarterback throws a screen pass toward the flanker, who is behind the neutral zone. The outside linebacker comes across the line of scrimmage and deflects the pass, which then goes beyond the neutral zone. An offensive lineman who is blocking at the A46 attempts to catch the pass and muffs it. The pass falls incomplete. Do we have A, illegal touching by the offensive lineman, B, offensive pass interference by the offensive lineman, or C, an incomplete pass? Now, there's a couple of concepts here that they're trying to get across. One is the idea that an offensive lineman can go at 2 yards beyond the line of scrimmage and still be contacting a defensive player and be legal. So that contact that we see by the offensive lineman, since it's at the A46, is legal. The second part of this is the attempt to catch the pass. Normally, an A player who's ineligible, who touches, bats, muffs, catches a thrown ball, constitutes illegal touching, which is a 5-yard penalty from the basic spot, and it's also loss of down. 7.5.13 says an ineligible player has illegally touched a forward pass if he bats, muffs, or catches a legal forward pass, unless the pass has first been touched by B. So in this case, because the outside linebacker touched that pass, this is simply an incomplete pass. The answer is C. Question number 7. K, free kick. So we have a kickoff from the K40. An untouched free kick is caught by a kicker at the K47. So the term caught, so the ball was in the air. He caught it, hadn't touched the ground. There are no receivers anywhere near the spot of the catch. So this is a free kick. K catches the ball in the air. What do we have? So this question brings up a lot of issues that I don't want to go into right now. There are a lot of restrictions on what K can and can't do on a free kick, on a scrimmage kick. Let's look at what K can't do, and that's covered in 6.5.6. While any free kick is in flight, which is what we have here, in or beyond the neutral zone, so anywhere past the 40, if it's in flight, and of course it would be in flight past the 40, to the receiver's goal line. So anywhere from the 40, if we're kicking off from the 40, that whole 60 yard that's left of the field, K is restricted. And then it also goes on to say that any scrimmage kick, which is a punt or a field goal, is in flight beyond the neutral zone to the receiver's goal line. K shall not touch the ball or R, and that means the receivers, unless blocked into the ball or R, or to ward off a blocker, or obstruct R's path to the ball. Okay. This prohibition applies even when no fair catch signal is given. It does not apply after a free kick has been touched by the receiver. So if the receivers touch the ball, then all these restrictions are off. Or after a scrimmage kick has been touched by a receiver who is clearly beyond the neutral zone, okay, at the time of touching. Now we have an exception here. K may catch, touch, muff, or bat a scrimmage kick in flight beyond the neutral zone if no players of R in possession catch the ball. Now, a scrimmage kick, again, is a punt or field goal. This is not either of those. This is a free kick. This is a kickoff. So this exception does not apply. So basically, K cannot catch a ball in flight on a kickoff. So this is kick-catch interference. It's a 15-yard penalty, and they have the option of having the kicking team re-kick with a 15-yard penalty. So that would be at the 25. They could take the ball where the kick-catch interference occurred, which would be the K47, or they could tack on the penalty, the 15 yards from the 47, and take it at the K32. So while all three of these are possible outcomes, the most likely outcome is C or B, but the answer is D. Any of the above could be the end result. Question 8. Team A, 3rd and 4 from the B26. Team A uses a hurry-up offense as it quickly moves to its line of scrimmage. A flanker who is still in the game after running a pass pattern in the middle of the field on the previous play does not enter his team's huddle and goes to a position about a yard inside of the sideline before the ready for play signal. Before the snap, a cornerback comes over and covers the flanker. At the snap, the flanker goes downfield and catches a pass at the B20 where he's tackled. The covering official rules the flanker's act was not an attempt to deceive. By rule, the result is A, 1st and 10, there's no foul. A, 3rd and 9, a penalty for illegal formation. A, 3rd and 9, penalty for illegal substitution. Or A, 3rd and 19, a penalty for illegal participation. Now, this is the same rule that we've talked about earlier. 7-2-1, after the ball is marked ready for play, each player of A who participated in the previous down and each substitute for A must have been momentarily between the 9-yard marks before the snap. In this case, the player was not between the 9-yard marks after they're ready for play and prior to the snap. So we have an illegal formation. So the answer is B. All right, question number 9. K, 4th and 10 at the K23. A legal scrimmage kick by K32 is blocked and rolls to the K28. So it's still behind the line of scrimmage. A receiver muffs the ball, which rolls to the K20. K32 picks up the ball and punts it again, and the ball rolls out of bounds at the K45. What do we have? Is the ball dead when K32 recovers it? So we'll have receiving team 1st and 10 at the K20. Is it an illegal kick, and the ball is dead when K32 kicks it? So we'd have R 1st and 10 at the K15. Or is it simply R's ball at the K45, K32's punt is legal? So you see the rule references up here. I'm going to go in a different order here. 621, it says that K may punt, drop kick, or place kick from in or behind the neutral zone before team possession has changed. K may not punt, drop kick, or place a kick from beyond the neutral zone, and R may not punt, drop kick, or place kick. Okay, so that means you got to be in K, you got to be a kicker. You got to have the ball. You can't be R, and you also have to be behind the neutral zone. So that's just standard. This is how a punt can take place. Nothing real earth-shattering there. 623 says any K player may catch or recover a scrimmage kick while it is in or behind the neutral zone and advance, unless it's during a try. So K32 at this point, he definitely can pick that ball up, and what can he do with it? Well, he can do anything he wants with it. He can run, he can pass it, or he can kick it again. So 513 just simply refers to where the ball is placed if it's kicked out of bounds, and it's where the ball goes out of bounds. So the answer is C. R 1st and 10 at the K45, K32's punt is legal. Question number 10. A, 3rd and 7 at the B45. The free safety intercepts a pass at the B6. So he's on the 6-yard line. He fumbles when he's being tackled at the B3. The loose ball hits the pylon. What do we have? Okay, 7-4-4, we've been here before. If a fumble or backward pass is out of bounds behind a goal line, the ball belongs to the team defending that goal line, and the result is either a touchback or a safety. So what do we have here? We have the ball hitting the pylon. The pylon is part of the goal line, and it's also out of bounds. So the ball hitting the pylon is the ball going out of bounds beyond the goal line. All right, and whose goal line is it? It's B's goal line, or they're defending their goal. It's B's end zone. So this would be 2 points for A, would be a safety, and a free kick for B at the B20. The answer is B. Team A, 2nd and 8 on the A40. The quarterback attempts to throw a swing pass to the tailback. A rushing defensive lineman leaps to block the pass and deflects it into the air. An offensive lineman catches the pass at the A39 and advances it to the A46. So, is that A 3rd and 2 at the A46? Is that an incomplete pass, or is it illegal touching? We've talked about this already. A 7-5-13, an ineligible A player has illegally touched a forward pass if he bats, muffs, or catches a legal forward pass. So far, this is a foul, unless the pass has first been touched by B, which is what we have here. So that is not illegal touching. It's not an incomplete pass because he definitely completed the pass. So the offensive line's actions are legal, and he can advance that pass. It's A 3rd and 2 at the A46. Okay, question 12. Team A 3rd and 6 from the A40. The fullback runs around the the right end to the A44. During the tackle, a linebacker grabs the fullback's face mask and releases it as he falls to the ground. After the play, the fullback swears at the linebacker. Okay, so we've got 2 penalties on this play, and we have to recognize what type of penalties these are. The face mask penalty is a live ball foul. It occurred during the play. And this is a 5-yard face mask because he didn't twist. He grabbed it and released it. So this is, I'll tell you straight up, this is a 5-yard penalty, not a 15-yarder. If he grabs the face mask and twists, it's a 15-yard personal foul. But this is a 5-yarder. After the play, the fullback swears at the linebacker. That is unsportsmanlike conduct, and it is a dead ball foul. So we are going to administer both these fouls, and we're going to administer them in the order they occurred. So the live ball foul for the face mask would take us from the A44 to the A49, which is beyond the line to gain. So the A46 was the line to gain. So now A has a first down. But after he got the first down, we have a dead ball foul, which is the unsportsmanlike conduct. So that's a 15-yard foul. We're going to go back 15 yards from the A49 to the A34, and it will be A, first and 10 on the A34. So the correct answer is C. Question number 13. K, 4th and 12 at the K33. A receiver signals for a fair catch. After he muffs the kick, he is hit by one of the K players at the R37. The kick is recovered by a different K player at the R38. The rule reference here are 624 and 653. So the question here really is the receiver protected from contact after he's muffed the kick? And the answer is no. So the contact by K after he's muffed is legal. The other question is, can K recover that muffed kick? And the answer is yes. If we go to 624, any K player may catch or recover a scrimmage kick while it is beyond the neutral zone or expanded neutral zone, provided such kick has been touched by a receiver who is clearly beyond the neutral zone at the time of touching. Okay, so there's a lot more here, but that's the essence of this question. So the answer to this is K, 1st and 10 at the R38, no foul.